Hey guys, Jeremiah here with Inver Toyota, and today we have the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser. This has been recently refreshed or completely redesigned from the previous generation Land Cruiser to this. Shares some similarities, but actually goes back with a lot of different heritage elements from older Toyota vehicles like the FJ and other things that you might come to know or be familiar with. Absolutely beautiful vehicle. Toyota did a great job. Up front here on the Land Cruiser, you can see this is the top trim. This is the Land Cruiser version. So different headlights on this one from like the 1958 or the actual first edition ones do. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of these headlights, these square ones versus the round ones, but everyone kind of has their own preference. On this one, you do have your rigid fog lights, which are color changing, so you could go white or amber on that. The front end is amazing on these ones. I think they really killed it with the wider fenders up front, the big tires, the functional air vents on the front around the side skirts there to help out with stability and fuel efficiency on the front. They did a great job with those. These headlights are amazing at night, absolutely amazing. You have your low beams and your high beam there with your turn signal and daytime running light built in over there too. Alongside this one does have your larger wheels here. A lot of people put different wheel and tire packages. We occasionally do them here at Inver Toyota too. We put them on the vehicles. You got your running boards down the side. This one does have your two-tone paint. Beautiful looking paint there. Love the mirrors on these ones. Super cool looking mirrors there. Around back, I thought it was pretty cool how the gas cap is a little bit different on these ones. I think it fits with it being a little bit longer versus the other Toyotas are kind of that smaller squish design. This one just kind of fits more with the Land Cruiser body. Now, even though this shares a lot of things with the 4Runner, it's also a lot different too. So drive-wise, we'll go into that a little bit later. It drives completely different. It's almost 5 inches taller than the 4Runner. If you remember the 4Runner videos, it was substantially shorter than this one. And that one was a pretty loaded up one too, in the same color, heritage blue too, obviously without the two-tone roof. Super attractive vehicle. They both look great, in my opinion. I like this one a little bit more. Around back over here, you see the rear end, also super attractive. Here you have your lights on right now, so you have kind of this accent light around the top and the bottom, your turn signal, your reverse lamps, everything obviously all built into that. Like the 4Runner, you can open your you in here to get stuff in and out of there. Super cool. They made this a separate component versus built into the glass, which I think is pretty cool. You also have your power liftgate in these ones. Obviously rear parking sensors. This one's got 360 camera, tons and tons and tons of features built in. Now back here, one departure from the Lexus version and from the previous generation Land Cruisers, there's no third row offered in this one here in the US. Maybe in the future there might be a third row option available, but for right now, there is no third row. You just have a larger cargo space back here. You have your 2400 watt outlet. That kind of follows a lot of the other videos we've been making, the inverter that you have back here. The second row seats do fold down and fold up to get things easier from the second row out of the third row back there. You have your trailer hitch hidden underneath there, as well as a low profile trailer hitch cover too that you can install on there too. Inside the Land Cruiser, like I've been saying 3 or 4 times now, it is loaded up. You have everything you can come to expect in a fully loaded Toyota model, even competing with all the Lexus models as well. One of my favorite things is the refrigerator. You can get a refrigerator built into these ones. It's pretty cool. The driver's seat is completely different from any 4Runner product. You've got an adjustable thigh bolster. It's fully programmable, super adjustable, heated and ventilated, as well as you do have a whole bunch of other buttons here available on this one for your other features that you have, like your fog light color, your parking sensors on and off, which is huge. I don't know why Toyota decided not to put that in the 4Runner. It's on the Tundra. It's not on my Tacoma. I really wish they had a quick access button where you could just, boom, turn off your parking sensors so it doesn't beep at you all the time. Not a big deal, but this one, since it's more off-road focused, you have a button where you could just, boom, quickly hit it, along with your center locking and rear locking differential, disconnectable sway bar, full-time 4-wheel drive. It really is an extremely off-road capable vehicle with lots of ground clearance and really grippy tires from the factory. It makes for an excellent off-roading capable vehicle. Now we're going to take it down the road. We're going to do some city and highway driving so that you guys can come with us and kind of get a great impression of the vehicle. Let's go. Inside the Land Cruiser, it's absolutely beautiful for what you can expect out of a Land Cruiser product, even with the last generation over to this one. They carried over a lot of great technology, comfort and convenience features like your heated and cooled seats, your heated steering wheel, your super comfortable driver's seat here, which also has your thigh bolster adjustment and your standard adjustments, as well as your memory too. The interior is just absolutely beautiful on this one, combined with all the features and capabilities that you have in a Land Cruiser, like your center locking and rear locking differential, disconnecting sway bar, full-time four-wheel drive, combined with this excellent powertrain, makes it super, super comfortable to drive. We're going to take it up and down this side road here before going on the highway, just to give it kind of a good impression. I've driven quite a few of these. I really like the way they drive. Especially compared to the 4Runner, definitely feels like a more premium product over that, and the price really reflects that. Speaking of pricing, the pricing is a lot less than the previous generation Land Cruiser. The previous generation Land Cruiser, we were seeing between $80,000 and $100,000 for a price point on those there. Compared to these ones, even fully topped out around the $60,000 price point range. I think they made a very competitive product in this space here. They did a great job with what they're doing here on that. Just waiting for traffic here. You can see the front cross traffic alert going off here. Excellent safety feature that they have in these new vehicles there, combined with all the other new safety sense from Toyota. Right away, I mean, just acceleration in this is really, really good. It does have, similar to the Tacoma powertrain or the 4Runner hybrid powertrain, it is not offered in the gas model whatsoever. It is hybrid only for these ones. It's super smooth. Really, the hybrid is for more power and acceleration rather than for higher fuel efficiency. Another thing to note too is just the suspension is super smooth on these. Definitely a little bit different than the 4Runner's suspension. Another thing too, I mean, I'm not terribly tall, but the extra headroom definitely helps on this. This vehicle's about 5 inches taller than the 4Runner is. So that helps out, especially if you're a taller person. It definitely helps out with that there. Man, I can't get over how comfortable this seat is. It's actually really, really comfortable. And for those who like a lot of technology, this does not skimp out on that. Even the previous generation Land Cruiser, with being as old as it was and not being refreshed for so long, still had a lot of current modern technology. This one steps it up even more with the capability to have a refrigerator inside of your center console here, your heads-up display, your digital rearview mirror, 360-degree camera. There's nothing more that you can ask for in these ones that you would really ever need. One of my favorite things driving and noticing it is the mirrors. Kind of reminds me over to the FJ, how that was. Now you don't have the little 3 mini wipers, which is okay, but these mirrors are actually pretty cool. Power folding too, automatic folding, so when you lock the vehicle, they're going to automatically fold in there. Super nice. These ones, like a lot of the newer Toyotas, have the driver monitor camera too. Which is kind of a unique, newer safety feature that a lot of vehicles are going towards now, especially vehicles with full self-driving, which this one does not have. You have your advanced adaptive cruise control, which will steer for itself on the highway as long as you have your hand on the steering wheel applying pressure. Other things in here to note are like your wireless charger, which a lot of higher-end Toyotas have too. Triple zone climate control, driver's side, passenger side, rear area there. Makes for super comfortable. We're going to take it on the highway and see how it performs at speed. Alrighty, we're about to get on the highway here. I will tell you something. The heat in this thing, my God, it works very well. Too well, actually. Me and Sam here have had to turn down the heat multiple times while driving it because it works so well. I'm rocking with my cooled seat when it's 20 degrees outside. Now initial acceleration here. Solid. There's 60. Yeah, it gets up to speed pretty good for what you can expect with the hybrid powertrain. I just can't get over how... I mean, the previous generation Land Cruiser had amazing suspension too. If you've ever driven one, or if you ever get the chance to drive one, you'll notice right away how smooth the suspension is on them. Just something about them, maybe combined with the air suspension, just makes it really smooth. Even though this one does not have air suspension, it still is an extremely, extremely smooth ride. I would say just as smooth as the previous generation Land Cruiser. Combined with a super comfortable seat and a lot of adjustability there is really nice. I really love what manufacturers are doing with the digital gauge cluster. Believe it or not, it's actually cheaper to manufacture a digital gauge cluster now versus a mechanical gauge cluster. Plus, you have a lot of future-proofing in that with all your programming built into that there. Super customizable from that point of view. Especially when you're riding on the highway, you can have all the information that you need on there, including your navigation, all the other information you can come to expect on there. With wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto built right into your screen here. If you have Apple CarPlay, for example, and you have your navigation open in Apple Maps, it will actually cast the navigation information not only to your digital display, but also to your heads-up display, which super nice feature. I have something like that in my Tacoma. I have a Tacoma Limited, which isn't as fancy as this, but it has a lot of similar features to it. I can't complain. I have no complaints about this, honestly. I really like the way they drive. They're a really good looking vehicle. I will say, like, just the presence of it on the road is super commanding view here. Let me make a U-turn and go on the way back. That extra height from the 4Runner to this one definitely helps it feel a little bit more premium, a little bit more of a commanding view on it. I hope you guys enjoyed the driving experience of this one. If you get a chance to drive one, you guys are going to absolutely love it. It is an absolutely amazing vehicle. Contact us at Inver Toyota if you guys have any questions.